On a sunny summer day at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the Ingles family was enjoying a peaceful vacation by the picturesque shoreline. The golden sands stretched before them, and the sound of waves crashing against the shore provided the perfect background melody to their day. With her bright smile and boundless energy, the teenager Sophia Ingles was at the heart of this family's joy. Sophia was in her element, basking in the gentle embrace of the warm ocean. She splashed and frolicked, her laughter harmonizing with the rhythm of the waves. She reveled in the simple pleasures of the sea. Her parents watched with pride as their daughter made new friends among the other swimmers, her infectious enthusiasm drawing them into her orbit. The day was idyllic and Sophia's joy was palpable. Little did anyone know that the tranquility of Myrtle Beach was about to be shattered by an unexpected and terrifying encounter. As the sun descended, casting a warm golden hue over Myrtle Beach's tranquil shoreline, young Sophia remained immersed in her playful exploration of the shallow waters. The gentle waves caressed her, and the salt water embraced a soothing sensation against her sun-kissed skin. This serene moment, bathed in the colors of the setting sun dancing on the water's surface, would soon be shattered by an unforeseen terror. Beneath the idyllic facade of the serene ocean, an ominous presence stirred in the depths. A colossal 10-foot bull shark prowled. Renowned for its adaptability and aggression, the bull shark has gained notoriety for its potential dangers to humans. With a voracious appetite and a propensity for territorial behavior, bull sharks have been responsible for a significant number of unprovoked attacks on humans, making them one of the most feared sharks. Without warning, an unmistakable fin emerged to the surface. Sophia's eyes widened with shock and terror as the monstrous creature drew closer, its sleek form gliding with unsettling ease beneath the water's surface. The shark's primal instinct propelled it forward, its razor-sharp jaws snapping shut with a sickening crunch as it clamped onto her vulnerable leg. A heart-wrenching scream pierced the air, and Sophia's pain-filled cry rang out, alarming everyone on the beach. Her voice was a desperate plea for help, a haunting reminder of the fragility of life in the face of nature's ruthless power. The shark's vice-like grip on Sophia's leg was unyielding, its serrated teeth sinking deep into her skin and muscles. With savage determination, it tore through her tender skin and muscle, leaving behind a gruesome image of shredded tissue and mangled flesh. The once clear water transformed into a horrifying blend of crimson and salt water, a gruesome testament to the predator's unbridled brutality. As the beast thrashed violently, its colossal power aimed at dragging terrified Sophia beneath the waves, the harrowing spectacle unfolded before the stunned onlookers. The ocean had become a theater of horrors, with Sophia's screams and the shark's relentless assault etching a chilling memory that would haunt them forever. Chaos erupted on the beach. The once serene shoreline transformed into a scene of mayhem as beachgoers, overcome by terror, began running for the safety of the shore. Panic spread like wildfire, and the desperate cries for help reverberated in the air. Amidst the chaos, a beach lifeguard named Tommy Creek sprang into action. Together with Sophia's father, Seymour, they raced towards the horrifying scene, their hearts pounding with dread and urgency. By the time Tommy and Seymour reached Sophia, the shark had already retreated, its initial bite serving as a gruesome but exploratory attack. Blood stained the water, evidence of the young girl's ordeal. With a mixture of relief and determination, they managed to reach her in the turmoil of the sea. Gently and swiftly, they lifted Sophia onto a paddleboard, their hands trembling with fear and adrenaline. The injured young girl lay pale and fragile, her left foot mangled into a grotesque stump where the shark's jaws had mercilessly severed her flesh. The severity of her injuries was a stark reminder of the relentless power of nature, even in the seemingly safe confines of a shallow coastal haven. With a sense of urgency born of desperation, Tommy turned his attention to Sophia's grievous wounds. The gaping wound in her leg continued to bleed profusely, threatening to claim the young girl's life if not attended to immediately. Tommy's skilled hands, trained for precisely this kind of crisis, worked swiftly to apply a tourniquet, staunching the flow of blood and potentially saving Sophia's life. As they carried Sophia toward the safety of dry land, the beachgoers watched in stunned silence, their collective shock slowly giving way to a deep appreciation for the fragility of human existence in the face of nature's capriciousness. The once pristine beach was now marred by the grim reminder of the lurking dangers hidden beneath the waves. Some among the onlookers had already dialed emergency services, and soon the wailing sirens of an ambulance pierced the air. Paramedics arrived, their faces a mixture of concern and determination as they carefully tended to Sophia's injuries, preparing her for the race against time that lay ahead. Sophia was rushed to the hospital, where a team of skilled medical professionals embarked on a series of surgeries to repair the damage inflicted by the shark's savage bite. The ordeal was far from over, but Sophia's resilience, the swift response of the lifeguard and her father, and the medical team's expertise worked in tandem to give her a fighting chance. In the weeks and months that followed, Sophia's journey to recovery was marked by courage, determination, and unwavering support from her family and the community. She faced countless surgeries, physical therapy sessions, and the emotional scars left by the traumatic encounter. But Sophia, with her indomitable spirit, emerged as a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. Myrtle Beach, once seen as a tranquil sanctuary, had become a place where the serenity of the sea masked the untamed wilderness lurking beneath the surface. Sophia's story was a chilling reminder that even in the most familiar and seemingly safe environments, the forces of nature could unleash their fury with devastating consequences. It was a lesson etched in blood and resilience, a testament to the unpredictable dance between humanity and the untamed world beyond. The Gulf of Mexico stretched before them, its waters shimmering in the midday sun. Warm and inviting, it lapped gently at the golden sands that lined the shore. Palm trees swayed in the breeze, and the distant cries of seagulls completed the idyllic scene. It was the kind of place that erased the cares of the world, a paradise seemingly untouched by time. Mark Crawford stood at the water's edge, his bare feet sinking into the soft sand. He gazed out at the horizon, where the Gulf stretched endlessly, a vast expanse of clear blue. With each wave that caressed the shore, a sense of tranquility washed over him. It was a rare moment of respite from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. He was joined by his friends, Sarah Christopher, Mike Cruz, and Emily Rush, a group of kindred spirits who shared his insatiable thirst for adventure. The day held promise, a blank canvas ready to be filled with adrenaline and excitement. They had all traveled here for a weekend getaway, seeking an escape from their mundane routines and a chance to embrace the thrill of the unknown. With an enthusiastic nod, Sarah suggested renting jet skis. The idea was met with immediate approval, and soon they found themselves at a rental shop, donning bright orange life jackets and receiving a brief safety briefing. The instructor issued a warning, his face marked by the harsh lines of experience. He advised them to remain near the shore and emphasized the Gulf's capricious nature, discouraging them from venturing too far from the coast. But the warning faded into the background as the group eagerly selected their jet skis. They straddled the powerful machines, their hearts racing with anticipation. Mark revved the engine, the roar of the motor almost drowning out the world around him. He looked back at his friends, their eyes reflecting his excitement. With a surge of adrenaline, they set off, slicing through the Gulf's serene waters like arrows unleashed from their bows. The open water stretched endlessly before them as they ventured farther from the shore. Mark reveled in the freedom it offered, pushing his jet ski to its limits. The wind whipped through his hair and the salt spray kissed his skin. In that moment, he felt invincible, as if the world were his to conquer. As Mark sped through the Gulf, his senses were heightened. He reveled in the sensation of freedom and speed, unaware that he was becoming a mere shadow on the surface. The world around him seemed to blur, and he pushed the jet ski even faster. Then, with a sudden and violent jolt, everything changed. Mark lost his balance and was thrown into the water, the surface rushing to meet him. Panic welled up as he hit the water, disoriented and gasping for air. The sting of salt water in his eyes added to his confusion. Just beneath the surface, a massive and menacing shape glided by. An 11-foot-long bull shark, its dark silhouette a stark contrast to the Gulf's pristine waters, circled with predatory grace. Its cold, unfeeling eyes locked onto Mark, a hunger simmering within their depths. Fear surged through Mark's veins as he struggled to stay afloat. His heart raced, and he kicked frantically to reach the damaged jet ski that floated nearby. The bull shark continued to circle, its movements growing more aggressive with each pass. Blissfully ignorant of his peril, Mark's friends sped farther away on their jet skis. The roar of their engines drowned out his frantic cries for help, and the vast gulf seemed to swallow his desperate pleas. With trembling hands, Mark managed to pull himself onto the damaged jet ski. He fumbled with the controls, desperately trying to start the engine, but it remained stubbornly silent. The bull shark continued its relentless circling, closing in for the kill. Then it happened. With lightning speed, the bull shark lunged at the stalled jet ski where Mark was on. The impact nearly toppled the jet ski over, and in a matter of seconds, Mark was thrown overboard by the force of the shark's ram on the jet ski. Before Mark could react, the shark closed the gap and clamped its razor-sharp jaws around Mark's left arm. Agony surged through Mark's body as he felt the shark's razor-sharp teeth sinking deeper into his skin and flesh, grinding bones with its powerful bite. The pain was overwhelming, but his determination for self-preservation, fueled by adrenaline, kept him fighting for his life. With his free hand, Mark punched at the bull shark's snout. He struck hard, and by sheer luck, one of his punches landed squarely on the shark's sensitive eyes. The bull shark recoiled in pain, releasing its exploratory bite on Mark's arm. Blood clouded the water as Mark's wounded limb throbbed with pain, but he didn't relent. The bull shark, disoriented and in pain, continued to circle, its predatory instincts torn between pursuing its wounded prey and retreating from the source of its torment. As if not satiated with its exploratory bite, the shark started to poise for another attack on its prey. Mark's friends, finally hearing his cries and seeing the turmoil in the water, raced back toward him. Their jet skis roared to a halt, and they pulled Mark onto one of the working ones just in time. With the bull shark still circling dangerously close, they raced back to the safety of the shore, their jet skis leaving foamy trails in their wake. The relentless predator followed, gliding menacingly behind their jet skis, its dorsal fin slicing through the water with deadly purpose. Finally, they reached the beach, their hearts pounding, their breaths coming in ragged gasps. They staggered onto the shore, their bodies trembling from the adrenaline of the chase and fear still clutching them. As the group finally reached the shore, a group of beachgoers immediately rushed to check what happened to the group. The injury on Mark's arm was gruesome. Deep bite marks lined the severely mangled arm. The torn flesh kept dripping with blood. One of the onlookers immediately called on the lifeguard, who rushed to the scene for assistance. With his first aid kit, he was able to temporarily staunch the bleeding until the paramedics arrived to bring Mark to the hospital. A local fisherman, drawn by the commotion, approached the group. His face was serious as he examined the damaged jet ski and the terror-stricken faces of Mark and his friends. He started explaining in a composed tone that the bull shark was probably drawn to the area by the presence of injured prey, or the scent of chum, a bait released into the water by a fishing vessel nearby. It was purely a matter of unfortunate timing for them. Mark survived the harrowing ordeal, but the encounter left him deeply traumatized. Once a place of tranquil beauty, the Gulf of Mexico now held a sinister secret beneath its surface. The story of their encounter served as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of the sea and the untamed world that lay just beyond the shore. The Cagayan River wound through the heart of the Philippines, a majestic waterway flanked by lush tropical foliage that framed its meandering banks. Towering palm trees swayed in the gentle breeze, casting dappled shadows on the river's surface. It was a place of serene beauty, where nature's harmony whispered secrets to those who took the time to listen. Amid this natural splendor lived Ben Tuviera, a seasoned fisherman who had spent the better part of his life navigating the intricate web of waterways that crisscrossed his homeland. The river was his second home, its currents and eddies a part of his being. With weathered hands and eyes that held the wisdom of countless sunrises, Ben had earned his reputation as a master of the river. But beneath the tranquility of the Cagayan River lay a world of mysteries and whispered fears. Local fishermen, who had cast their nets and lines into these waters for generations, spoke in hushed tones about unusual shark sightings. Dark shadows moved with a predator's grace, patrolling the depths with a hunger that defied the river's serenity. As dusk settled and the day's catch was tallied, Tales of monstrous fish with razor-sharp teeth and unyielding appetites circulated among the villagers. Over time, these stories had woven a cloak of unease over the community, casting a veil of dread over the river's peaceful surface. One cloudless morning beneath the azure sky, Ben and his closest friends gathered on the riverbank. Their boats, well-worn vessels that had witnessed countless journeys, bobbed gently in the shallows. The camaraderie among these men, forged through years of shared adventures and the bonds of their river heritage, was unbreakable. With laughter and stories of past exploits, they loaded their fishing gear onto the boats. Ben's eyes twinkled with the anticipation of another day on the river, a place where he felt most alive. They pushed off from the shore, leaving the cares of the world behind, and ventured deeper into the heart of the Cagayan River's labyrinthine course. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, it cast a golden hue upon the river's surface. The boats gently rocked with the rhythm of the water, and the world seemed to hold its breath in reverence. Birds perched on overhanging branches filled the air with melodious songs, and the gentle lap of water against the hulls created a soothing symphony. The morning serenity was shattered in an instant. A sudden disturbance rippled across the water, causing the boats to sway violently. Ben and his friends exchanged wide-eyed glances as their fishing lines bobbed erratically. Something was amiss. In the heart-stopping moment that followed, a monstrous shadow breached the surface. It was a 10-foot-long bull shark, a predator of unparalleled power and ferocity. Its rough hide glistened in the sunlight, and its predatory eyes, black and cold as obsidian, locked onto the fishermen. Amidst the tumultuous scene, Ben lost his footing and tumbled overboard. Chaos erupted on the boats as panic-stricken fishermen fumbled to pull Ben aboard. The bull shark, an apparition of primal terror, moved with frightening speed. In the blink of an eye, it latched onto Ben's leg with ruthless precision and unyielding force, dragging him beneath the surface. Ben's friends were left powerless, their hands grasping at empty air, their voices lost to the maelstrom of fear and disbelief that enveloped them. Beneath the surface, a desperate struggle unfolded. Ben fought for his life with every ounce of strength. In the inky darkness, his limbs thrashed as he grappled with the relentless aggression of the bull shark. The shark, its senses honed by millennia of evolution, tore at Ben's flesh with brutal efficiency. It was a savage fight for survival, a primal battle between man and beast in the shadowy depths of the Cagayan River. The situation grew increasingly dire as Ben's friends desperately tried to rescue him. The river, which had once been a source of solace and sustenance, had now turned into a battleground of life and death. Miraculously, the shark's initial exploratory bite loosened its grip, giving Ben a chance to escape. Against all odds, Ben's friends managed to pull him out of the water as soon as he breached the surface. Despite his gruesome wounds, Ben, driven by adrenaline and the primal instinct to survive, pushed himself toward the salvation of the surface. As his head finally emerged above the water, he gasped for breath, a welcome sensation after spending minutes submerged. As soon as they hoisted him on board, Ben's comrades were confronted with a harrowing scene that revealed the extent of his injuries. His battered and torn body bore witness to the savagery of the bull shark's attack, and he slipped into shock as the boat sped toward civilization. The distant horizon held a flicker of hope, a nearby village that promised help. With adrenaline coursing through their veins, they embarked on a frantic escape, racing against time to save their friend. The journey back was a relentless race against time. The unforgiving terrain and the remote location of their fishing spot conspired against them. Ben's condition deteriorated with each passing moment, his life hanging in the balance. His friends grappled with the overwhelming sense of helplessness as they frantically tried to stem the continuous bleeding of Ben's wounds. They had witnessed the brutality of the river, a force that had claimed one of their own. Their boats finally reached the village, but it was too late. Ben, the master of the river, the guardian of its secrets, had succumbed to the wounds inflicted by the bull shark. His life had been extinguished in the very waters he had called home. The entire community stood in shock and mourning, grappling with the incomprehensible tragedy that had unfolded on the serene Cagayan River. They were left with unanswered questions, and their faith in the river's benevolence shattered. Authorities launched an investigation, interviewing Ben's friends and witnesses to understand the brutal attack. The community mourned and gathered to pay respects, sharing stories of their river encounters and highlighting its hidden dangers. Experts confirmed the bull shark's responsibility, shocking the community and changing their perception of the river. The tale of Ben's harrowing encounter served as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the unpredictable and potentially dangerous nature of the rivers and waters that crisscross the Philippines and the world. It was a story etched into the collective memory of the community, a haunting reminder of the rivers of blood that flowed beneath the serene exterior of the untamed Cagayan River.